What better thing to do when electing a Greek goddess as mayor than taking advantage of her abilities and murdering the very creatures she brought to this land? I'm not sure if griffins are supposed to be a pest that people keep as pets, or if they're made to dig ancient Greek monsters out of the ground or what, but I'm sure there's a 12-page Dungeons journal explaining all of the intricacies somewhere out there. Regardless of moral or ethical issues surrounding the potentially unlawful killing of mythical beings. This is awfully serious for a Minecraft video, man. What am I doing? It's also a fantastic way to make money. Very few players actually tapped into the full potential of the event the first time because of the ridiculously high entry level cost and the fact that even if you could spend that sort of money on a legendary griffin, there was no real guarantee you could take full advantage of it because the enemies were so strong and fast that grinding became difficult. Since the first event, a lot has changed. It's a bit cheaper due to a greater supply this time round, but people clearly came prepared, and I strongly advised against investing in gold because people have probably already invested so much that the market is going to crash when the event starts. In other news, between the first event and this one, the lethality enchantment actually got fixed alongside Floor 5's release, which makes each mythical mob significantly weaker than before, which should make the whole event generally easier for most people. To start, just equip your griffin pet and right click with an ancestral shovel that you can buy from Diana herself. The shovel will create particles that point to the closest burrow. Alternatively, you can try grinding mobs with the griffin equipped, but it's way less efficient. The burrows have different colors. Red ones are safe and blue ones start a quest, but anything else indicates an enemy will spawn. Anyway, as for actually getting into the event, you're going to need a griffin pet. Upgrade the griffin pet's rarity with a griffin upgrade stone and be careful not to get scammed. You can only get the best loot from legendary griffins, but there is a substantial gain in loot quality between every single rarity of griffin, and it's worth just upgrading to at least a rare if you can afford it. However, just 2 drops is easily enough to pay off the cost of legendary griffin, and if you have the money and time, you should absolutely invest in one and grind it above all else. Some examples of rare drops include washed-up souvenirs that you can get directly from the ground, Daedalus sticks, shelmets that give you immunity to knockback, a minus relic that increases all pet stats by 33.3%, antique remedies which increase your pet's strength by 80%, stupidly overpowered chimera enchant books, and perhaps the most bizarre of all, the crochet tiger plushie. If you didn't know a crochet tiger plushie was a real item, you literally have to like and subscribe, so go hit that subscribe button and the like button. Thank you very much. Go. Like, hit it, pause the video and hit both of them. Yeah, not just to subscribe and, yeah, both of them. Each mob you can dig up has a different AI, damage, and health values. The main threats being the Geisha construct, which is immune to damage for 5 hits, but can be hit on every 6th hit, but in return has no hit delay, minus champions which gain damage up to 600% the longer they are alive, minus inquisitors which are the rarest of all, and a minotaur that deals true damage. There's also some cats, but you can insert animal. Very why I can't do that. Those are the main threats at the highest level, and if you can't deal with them, then it's time to learn how. These tips apply to everyone at all levels, of course, but to get to the obvious expensive one out of the way, a Sword of Revelations is basically a must-have for the higher level ones. The higher damage in return for taking more damage is 100% worth it, as the amount of lifesteal you can get from that completely negates the debuff on the sword, assuming you can take a hit. Lifesteal is the most important factor here. You have to be able to lifesteal your enemy to stay alive, and this can be done by killing other, weaker nearby mobs every couple of seconds, like zombies to full heal, or dealing enough DPS to heal from that. The Thunderlord enchantment is particularly useful here, as it heals you a lot every 3 hits, and if you didn't already have it because you thought it was a bad enchantment, then now is your time to fix that. If you ever struggle with the harder mobs, the best thing you can do is call in a friend. So many things in Skyblock are done better with more than one person, but if you and a friend both with legendary griffin pets can get in the same lobby and grind together, Two people killing an enemy at the same time allows for one of the players to die and also provides double DPS against the enemy. As long as you don't knockback the enemy into your friend, two people will make any fight so much easier, as you can agree to split profit on all of the rare drops, which is fair as there is two people. Bear in mind, you also need a Griffin pet of the same rarity as your friend, or you will be unable to kill the mobs. So that should be it. In summary, grind the event in groups of 2 or more, keep an eye on your health, and invest in a good rarity Griffin pet to give yourself a good chance at loot. Even a common Griffin pet is a good choice for new players. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Have fun grinding and making tons of money from this event, trust me. It makes a lot of money. Anyways, bye, have a nice day.